to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Sheila.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Carrie, and today we're going to talk about, that's what she said. We're going to be talking about and relating that to how are we influenced by other people, by what they say, their opinions. So we'll get to that, but first our words of the day.
Sticky. Sticky. It is so hot, and I don't know whether I've just become more sensitive to it, but I feel it feels great in here. I don't even want to go outside after the show.
Yeah, the humidity's been.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just sweaty all the time. Sticky. That's all I've got.
It's sticky.
And I wonder, and this time of year, I'm like, why do I live in Tennessee? But then in the fall, we're like, yes, we love it.
Yeah.
But you would be sticky, like if you were in Florida, it'd be really sticky. And
But
honestly,
you got the
Louisiana.
you got the beach, you got the breeze off the ocean.
Yes.
But I remember going to Ohio growing up, and it was so hot, like you couldn't breathe. What about you?
My word. Bumble Bees. Did I use that one already?
No, but you
Okay.
were talking about how pretty they were last week.
I'm having a fascination with my garden at the moment because I planted some great plants, I guess 2 years ago, perennials, and they're just huge now. And the bees are having a field day, so I'm like trying to name the bees and ask everyone how they are. But I'm really enjoying my garden and seeing all the different species of bees that are. I mean, there must be 5 different kinds.
And she's naming them, so she's.
Yeah, this is Constance because she's always there on that flower.
And bees are important.
Bees.
Exactly.
They're very important.
Have you seen the bee movie?
Mm-hmm.
You mean the spelling bee maybe?
No, it's
The Disney, that
the
one
bee.
too.
It's the Disney's
Yeah.
the bee movie.
Oh,
I didn't understand
know.
about
I
bees
know.
till I
Oh,
saw
how
it.
important they are.
Bee
Yes.
movie.
And we get honey, yummy honey from
Yeah.
them, which I use to make my chia seed pudding.
Oh yeah.
My word for the day is switch. Not sticky,
The
but
Nintendo Switch, right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting around playing video games. No, switch, as in, here's why I came up with the word. And I came up with it on my way here because when I was at home, I was watching the AG Barr hearing, Attorney General
Yeah.
Barr, and I was getting so frustrated inside over it, just mindsets. Anyway, I literally was taking a deep breath, got in my car, all of a sudden had an email of a new updated version of the song we're working on, listened to it, and all of a sudden I was happy. So I switched up my mind frame to something else, and it made me think of James Brown movie. When something wasn't going right in his life, he says, we got to switch this up. So I think right now is a good time to switch up.
That's awesome.
That's a good mantra to
That's good.
adjust your attitude
Put
every
yourself in the
day.
moment you want to be.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, my word is seasons, and the reason for that word is just thinking about the different seasons of life. You know, when you're young, you have certain goals, and you get married, you have children, you live in you start out with a starter home, and then you go to a bigger home, and then as you get older, you want a smaller home again. And
Exactly.
so we all go through different seasons of life, and I love the seasons in the South too, so twofold there. The fact that you brought up sticky and all of that, but I love the South because we get to enjoy the seasons, and sometimes they sort of roll one into the other and tease you a little bit before the new season comes on.
And you live on the water too, Sheila, so
Yeah.
that's easy for you to
Yes.
embrace the season.
But it's funny being real estate agents talking about houses at our age, showing the younger couples, 3,000 square foot houses, and I'm always thinking, do you really want to clean all that?
Don't you know there's like this other season, and I'm starting to see this. Okay, so we have our little home with our first married partner or whatever, and then we have children, so we get bigger. Then our children leave, so we want smaller. But then you start thinking, where's that grandparent home when they all come? There's room for everybody.
That's
Very true.
Then there's the nursing
That's
home.
hard. No, let's not talk about nursing homes.
No, let's not talk about that. But I like what you said about the seasons, because Rebecca, remember last year we filmed and it was snowing, and you were like, I love it, because we get to have just enough to get excited about,
Yes.
but we don't have to buy snow tires.
Yes.
Or
shovel
Sean in a
snow.
day or two.
Yeah. Do we have a fun fact?
Yes, we do have a fun fact. Did y'all know that the human brain uses the same amount of energy as a 10-watt bulb?
Yes.
Of course, you know that.
That's a Rebecca kind of knowledge.
I have a certification in neurokinesiology, and that's one of the
Okay.
things, yeah.
Let's think about that again.
Yes.
The brain uses the
Yes.
same as a 10-watt light bulb. Okay.
That's right.
What? That sounds little. I want like a
Well, I
30-watt brain.
Well, here was my first thought when I learned that fun fact. My first thought, these are some dim-witted people. Maybe that's where that term came from, dim-wit. I don't know.
I bet it did.
Yeah, I don't know. I always think it's fun to learn where certain phrases come from, what generated
Yes,
those phrases.
I think so too. That's interesting. Huh, that's interesting, but yeah, I wanna be 70 watts.
What about 100 watts, girl?
With as much as you invent, you got a 70-watt brain.
No, you know
It's
what?
always going.
What was that movie, Lucy, where she was
Oh,
using
yeah.
all of her brain?
I
I
haven't seen
like
that.
that.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great movie.
Very much
That
so.
is a creepy
Yeah.
movie.
And we use how much of our brain? 10%?
10%.
10%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she, in that movie, she's using like 100%.
Tapped into it all.
Which I guess is
Yeah.
the same one where they take that peel. Who's in that movie? Where they take the peel that's limitless?
Oh yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
Limitless.
Cooper.
How could you forget that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've
Okay,
given you,
all right.
if you're looking for some new movies,
That's
we've
what she
given
said.
you the,
Yeah.
the Bee movie,
Yes.
we've given you Lucy,
Mhm.
and then the Bradley Cooper.
Limitless.
Limitless. So there's 3 movies.
Mhm. What about a current event?
How about hockey? Everybody, hockey starting this weekend?
Like, can you go to the game though?
So no, you can't. I think they're gonna. Some of the sports teams are talking about doing CGI fans, but hockey they're quarantining in 2 different cities in Canada, Edmonton and Toronto. So they took the points up to this point to pick the teams that are competing for the Stanley Cup, and the Predators are up there. So the games are going to be played without fans, and then they're going to play for the Stanley Cup. But heck, at least they figured out a way to
It's some
safely
current.
play.
It's funny to see the cardboard fans in the stands, though. That's a little.
Oh, is that what they're gonna do?
I think they're going to do the CGI. Like
Somebody did.
I've seen that already.
I saw it too, and I can't remember who, but
I
that's,
wish I'd been the one who
that's creepy.
invented enough
creepy.
blow up fans to fill stadiums. I'd be rich.
Sure.
I'd be rich. Okay.
I'm sure you can get plenty of blow
I'll
up.
work on that tonight. That's what she
Okay,
said.
so when does it start?
the first, August 1st.
So August
this
1st.
weekend.
A few days.
Okay.
Yeah.
On to our topic of the day. That's what she said. That's just funny because we all say that when anybody mentions the word big or something. That's what she said. And we have an elephant behind us for our topic today. But anyway, we're going to talk about in this day and age, in this world we live in, and with social media and with all going on, how are we influenced just by what someone else posts, someone else's opinion? What do y'all think?
Thanks to social media, I think we're influenced a lot. And it could be positively or negatively influenced.
That is an excellent point.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how people are willing to say things online that you would never say in person.
But a lot of them,
In
you go to
someone's
their
face.
profile and there's no photos of them, it's just maybe their dog. And it's funny how many people seem very brave but hide behind the social
Oh,
media.
A lot.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say some stuff, but you're gonna know who I am. You know?
Yes.
Because I feel
That's
good
what it should
about
be.
what I believe in.
Yeah, you own your.
That's just as important
Viewpoints.
as what you believe in, is believing in it and standing up to it. Like, I totally respect someone who doesn't agree with me, but if they're like really stern about what they believe in, I kind of want to hear it for a minute. Am I wrong? Am I missing something that you've seen a different way? Yeah.
No, but you
I
just
think-
said something key. You said, I want to hear it,
I was.
and I want to think about it.
Yeah.
And that's what's different.
Yeah.
The problem I've got is people with their opinions on Facebook, and then they want to have this argument, think they're going to win an argument on Facebook,
Yeah.
Not
You
gonna
know,
happen.
Right.
and not opening up to other people's opinions.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is that I'm like you. I want to be enlightened. I have an opinion based on where I've come from to this point today. Doesn't make me right. In my mind, I might think I'm right. Doesn't mean that's the only opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And we all should be open enough to be enlightened by someone who's traveled a different path and therefore has a different opinion. But the arguing is what I don't like.
And insulting.
Communicating,
Yeah.
that's right.
Well,
Communicating and actually having dialogue where you hear one another doesn't mean you're going to change each other's mind
Yes.
at all. But at least have the respect to have dialogue
Yes.
and respect the other person.
And I think that you need to do it on your own page. If you disagree with what's on someone else's page, post your
Good
opinion on
point.
your page.
Quit crossing the lines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or if you want to have a personal discussion, there's private messaging. But it's frustrating when someone
Yeah.
attacks you on your own page and starts a whole.
I was a victim of that recently.
Yeah.
Twice.
Don't you want them to go to their own page?
Well,
That's
I
their-
do.
I mean, honestly,
I do.
obviously, let's be real. When we put something out, we are putting it out, and that's why there's a comment thread. Because you know people are going to respond. But what would make more sense to me is to respond with, like, Sheila, if you said, I cannot believe they're flying the flag of the courthouse today. And then if I just go, oh, if you, da, 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 da. Well, why
Attack
don't we
you.
do this?
Attack
But if you come back with a discussion so that I can say, here's my point of view on it, and here's why I think like this. I mean, I'm being way too rational for social media people, but that would be so much more valuable than just the bashing.
Right.
I get it too on my page.
Yeah. The instant bashing is just uncalled for.
Here's what we have to stop and remember too, speaking of being influenced. When we're arguing and posting things on other people's page, are we doing it because we stand for something or because we're so much against something else?
I think that is absolutely perfectly stated, Carrie.
Yeah.
I think that's.
We're at that point. It's all
I
about
agree.
what we're against.
I love that country song. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall
You'll
for
fall everything.
everything.
Fall for
Yeah,
anything.
you'll fall for
Yeah, for
anything.
anything.
Think about other things we're influenced by. Like, I always wear ripped up jeans. Did I suddenly like ripped up jeans or did I see everybody else wearing them? You know, like
Right.
at what point do we like something or are we influenced by it?
Ooh, that's a good one. I
We're
think.
influenced by everything.
Okay, when you talked about the change of
Everything.
seasons, I find that the older that I get, I don't give a shit about what other people think. Not that I'm gonna be disrespectful to somebody, and I might have just disrespected somebody with my potty mouth, but yeah, but the deal is I like the
Yes.
way I dress. I like me. I like maybe if I don't dull my hair down in the wintertime. I want to be blonde all the time. But
Yeah.
but I'm confident in that. And don't you find that the older that you get, the more
Yes.
you feel that way?
Other people.
Yes. I
Yes.
know I'm a good
It's a
person and I
wonderful
love my
phase.
heart and I love people and
I think you just said it. The struggle
Yes.
sometimes is we want to feel part of something and similar. But we're afraid to be too much like something because we want to say we're different, but then we're scared to be completely different. So it's like,
I
where's
think
that
that's
fine
human
line?
nature.
Yeah.
But with maturity comes that attitude right
Yes,
there.
that's
At
it.
least for
Like you can be
females.
different and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
be judged. I get so
Yeah,
tickled
and it's
because
okay.
the kids now are wearing mismatched socks. And I always think about who was the first kid that went to school with mismatched socks on that everybody made fun
I
of.
made it a
That
thing.
kid was like, I'm cool, and then everybody's like, oh, well, maybe I should wear different socks.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there are folks who don't want to be like anyone else. They see what's out there happening and they don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
And that's another topic in itself.
it is.
This
Whole-
is a good
whole other
time
show.
to not do that and to
Yeah.
not focus on what did she say. It's what do you believe in right now? So think about that for yourself. Are you being influenced? Are you standing for something you believe in?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going after what you believe in or standing up against what you don't like? I don't know. It's confusing.
And the key to me is having the confidence to make a decision and then stick with it. Make a decision about what you think about things and who you want to be around and how you want to live your life and have no regrets and no
Right.
shame for it. Whatever that looks like. You get one shot at this thing called life.
And I'll say this to like 20-year-olds, and y'all are a lot more confident now than I think some of us were in our
Right.
20s.
Yes.
But don't dread like the 50s because it's so great.
It's so great.
It's so
It was
great.
so great.
For
It
the
was so
reasons
great.
you said. For finally just going, I'm in my skin and I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Health
Good
tip.
time.
Yes. Okay, so this is actually kind of funny. What y'all don't know is we don't talk about any of our current events or our health tips. They have no idea what I'm going to say. And so my word, was what was my word? Sticky. Or
Sticky.
yeah, sweaty. No, my word was sweaty. Let's talk about sweaty.
It was sticky. We'll play
Okay,
this back.
let's talk about sticky and sweaty. Okay, so the heat index is off the charts. You might not be able to exercise outside right now. Maybe you're working from home still, you and your spouse. Guess what? Can also be an awesome form of exercise.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Sex. Yes, I think that's what she said. I know. I think we forget about that sometime. And just FYI, you can burn 3 to 4 calories for every minute of sex. So if you're participating for
I'm
hang on,
disappointed.
let's say that we do this for 30 minutes, and then so we're talking about
You might have some more strenuous things.
we're
going on.
talking about 100 calories, and depending on the position, it has to do with flexibility. It has to do
Toning.
with toning.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're so feeling.
Lane. But yeah, just don't forget that can be fun too. And so yeah, that might be your exercise for the
I'm
day.
not sticky sweet.
From my head to my feet.
Yeah.
That's for the chicks and the guys. This show
That's
us.
right. That's what she said.
Very good tips.
That's what
Okay,
she
cool.
said.
All right, y'all have a great week. Stay off the TV.
Yeah.
Stay off social media unless you're posting something positive.
And don't forget to
Soar.